You have Fuquay Varina, Zebulon, Medben, Wendell, Pittsboro, Sanford. Can I go on? All of those places are ready to boom near Raleigh. But in today's video, we're going to focus on the real boomers, which are Fuquay Varina, Zebulon, and Medben. Now, if you're new to me in this YouTube channel, we talk about everything you need to know about Raleigh, North Carolina. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out. But also, I am a licensed realtor here. So if you do need help with any of your relocation needs, just reach out. Now that you have a few places in mind that you can go ahead and check out to see where can you park your money or even where can you reside for the next couple of years, I want to start off with one of the real boomers that I consider, which is Fuquay Varina. This place has been said to be a great place for business owners. So if you are someone that's looking to start a business, has a business, looking to relocate a business, this is probably one of the places that you want to take a look at. Now, of course, you're being in Raleigh, you're always going to be advantageous. You're always going to have everything that you possibly need. But this could be one of the start places if the Raleigh prices of what they're asking for is just not going to work for you at the moment. But Fuquay Varina has been said to be one of those places that is very business friendly, and a lot of business are relocating too. This is an area that still has a lot of more development on the way, and in fact a lot of higher end retail is actually looking in that area for opportunities as well. So like I mentioned, if you have a business, there's more opportunities, more growth, and this is one of the things that you're going to want to be a part of, because then you can grow with that specific city, town, state, whatever the case may be. However, if you're just hearing about Fuquay Varina for the very first time today, I'm going to share a little bit about it with you just so you guys can know, and then I will go ahead and share with you the growing pains of what comes with, at least in Fuquay Varina. But Fuquay Varina is about 30 minutes from Raleigh. Not really that city feel. If anything, it's going to be a smaller town feel, and maybe everybody knowing each other, so you're going to kind of get that aspect of it. Not a large downtown, but it's going to be a downtown. But moving on, because we know every city, every state has some sort of pain that comes with when it comes to growth. And one thing that I found the common ground to be is that Fuquay Varina, their infrastructure, their road structure is just not set for the growth that's currently happening. So you'll see the flow of traffic just not be smooth at all, and that's one of the things that a lot of people are saying, that it's just not there yet. Which of course, in due time, it will probably be fixed, but there's no telling. This is just what it is, what's happening right now, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Fuquay Varina, that's a place that I believe you should have already heard of because it is discussed a lot. However, if you're looking for the next hotspot near Raleigh that isn't discussed often, it's Zebulon. The city is known to be a town of friendly people, and that's not my saying, that's the town saying. But a little bit about Zebulon, if you don't know about it. It's not going to be any major city. A lot of the places that we're going to be talking about today is going to be a little bit more, not the rural side, but more of a town, smaller feel, not a big downtown, not a lot of retail. So you're going to get that kind of feel. So just have that expectation already in mind. However, this is an area that of course is experiencing and is going through that growing phase, which means a lot of growing pains are going to come with it. But I personally will say it's growing a little bit too fast for its own pace, to the point where you even have people who are very attractive and looking at this area and just buying it up, making new rules, changing things for the current individuals that are living there at the moment. They're even seeing struggles at the same time. So this is an area that's growing, like I mentioned, a little bit too fast at its pace, and I honestly don't see this stopping or slowing down based off of what I've heard, what I've read, what I've seen. It doesn't seem like the construction or anything is going to slow down. I think they're just going to keep the ball rolling because they understand what the future is going to hold, and it's just growth for everyone. By now, if you already looked at those two areas or maybe other areas, you will see that most of the areas that are growing, or at least going through that phase of growth, is approximately about 30 minutes from Raleigh. However, if you have specific areas that you want to take a look at, or you just have more questions on it, that number that is popping up right there, make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, email, day or night, heck, maybe even on the weekends. Always remember one thing: I got your back in this market. But another area that extends a little bit further than that 30 minutes I just mentioned is Medben. Medben sits about 50 minutes from Raleigh. However, it's one of those suburbs, it's one of those towns that's closer to the Chapel Hill and Durham area. So if you're looking to be closer to those two, this is an area that's going to really stand out. You're going to really want to hear what I have to say about this. To start off, I believe this is one of the best places that you can still even get a bang for your buck, because it's not that close to Raleigh. It's not that close to Durham. Well, it's closer to Durham and Chapel Hill, but at least for Raleigh and getting that ripple effect, you're a little bit further out, so you're probably not going to get as much of a hassle when it comes to pricing. But I do have a caveat to that, because I was listening and reading on what exactly is going on in Medben, and I've noticed that they have extremely strict development rules and laws and regulations in place. So that could make things a little bit difficult when looking in that area, specifically because they are limiting the supply and what they are allowing developers to develop. Now that could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. I don't know. I could see both sides of it working out or just not really working out, but who knows what to say. That's just what's going on in the moment, and that's something you can go ahead and take a look at. So don't be surprised if you're looking at Mebane and you're like, there's really nothing here, and that's probably because of the strict laws, regulations that they have in place. Because as any place that's growing, they have to have some sort of infrastructure. Their roads have to be ready to be expanded. That's not an area that's ready for that. The sewer, the water expansion has to be ready. That's another thing that has to be. The schools are at overcapacity in those areas because a lot of people are leaving those major cities, or at least the bigger suburbs, the Durham, your Chapel Hill, the Raleigh, to go to these different areas, and they're just not ready for all of that. And then on top of that, you include more jobs, more people, more businesses, so it's just one thing after another. It's typically a domino effect whenever these areas are getting ready to grow, because no one ever knows when it's going to happen. It just happens and everyone just has to prepare. But Mebane is a place you could definitely take a look at. Now that you heard about the 3 places that I consider as real boomers, I want to go ahead and give you guys a bonus that stayed to this point and talk about Pittsboro and Wendell in depth. So starting off with Pittsboro, can that town even support the growth that's coming? Because they just mentioned a master plan project with 22,000 homes being built in that city. So they clearly have something going on there that they definitely are looking forward to. Because for 22,000 homes, that's quite a lot. I don't know the timeline, but developing 22,000 homes. So I personally would say I hope they can support it. It sounds like they can if they have that plan already in place. But that's something that you can definitely look at and look forward to. Then we have Wendell. Again, another small town. Are the roads ready? No. I mean, most of these places are rural, not rural entirely, but they're closer to that rural area, so they don't have the development. If anything, all the attention, all the eyeballs are focusing on developing Raleigh, then to expand to those other areas. And if, of course, you can do it at the same time, even better. But I will say the focus is going to the major cities, the suburbs at the current moment. But this is still a place that is getting the money, the investment, the businesses. I mean, Publix is in that area as well. If you guys don't know, Publix is a major big grocery store corporation. And there has been proposals for new development, specifically one near Martin Pond Road. But based off of all the boomers and all the areas that I believe that is getting ready to boom, I'm curious to know, what area are you specifically looking at? Let's hear it in the comments below. But just as much as I enjoy making these videos for you guys, my name is Roney Polynice, and I would love nothing more but to be able to assist you on any of your relocation needs. So if you have any questions about the market, Raleigh in specific, that number that is popping up right there, make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, email, day or night, heck, maybe even on the weekends. Always remember one thing: I got your back in this market.